Hello there and welcome back. I'm going to start my video with a story actually from many years ago when I was riding my bike up the river on my way home, and I was riding at a fair pace, but I wasn't trying to break any records or anything like that. But up in front of me I could see a guy who was kind of swaying on the towpath, and he was in a world of his own, minding his own business, seemed relatively happy, doing his own thing and what have you. But I was approaching nearer and I just wanted to let him know that I was coming past. So from a fair distance away I sounded my bell a couple of times so that he could hear. He just carried on doing his own thing. So I kind of found a way and went past him. As I've gone past him, not that long after, I could hear the sound of tyre track, of tyres coming behind me. Now, as I've turned to the side, I've seen this guy looking at me with anger across his face, and just starts riding his bike at about 100 miles an hour past me. Now, I was polite enough. All I wanted to do is just get round him and carry on my way. But now, given the fact that he's looked at me like that, he's gone flying past me at 100 miles an hour, I've kind of taken on a bit of a different mood. So he's carried on, he's going at this point a lot faster than I was. Like I said, I weren't out to break any records, I was just trying to get home. But anyway, so I've now decided, right, I'm not having that. So there I go. Off on his tail, get relatively close to him, but stay at a comfortable distance away, but make sure he's not making any ground on me at all, okay? So at this point now, we've entered into a race. You know, we're not, obviously, I don't know this guy from Adam, but we've entered into a race. We're locked in battle down the river, okay? So again, like I said, I wasn't going to let up, he wasn't going to let up. We were going on for quite some time. I kind of get the feeling, well, in fact I'm pretty sure, that he's now realised that he's set a pace that he probably can't keep up. Does he want to let me past him? No, he doesn't. So what does he do? All of a sudden he gets to this turn, which he honestly hadn't given himself enough chance to turn. He was far too sharp, went flying round this corner, nearly lost it and ended up in the river. He didn't. He managed to control it, but he carried on his way. Now, I'm fairly certain he wasn't going to turn down there. I think he just turned down there because he realised I was getting closer and he thought I was going to go past him. I had no intention really to go past him. I just wanted to kind of... Did I have intention to go past him? Perhaps I did, I don't know. Fact of the matter was, what had happened there? What had happened? I'll tell you what had happened. I wasn't racing him at all. My chimp and his chimp were locked in battle. And he, or me, and his chimp and my chimp, neither one of them wanted to lose. Now, if that makes absolutely no sense to you whatsoever, I can understand that. You've never read the book that I'm just about to bring you now, which is a book which I think everyone should read. An absolutely fantastic book. Anyone of you who's seen my videos where I'm sat in front of a microphone will have seen, or may have seen, this book actually sat behind me on the shelf. Many years ago, I wanted to understand psychology, and I read quite a few books. Psychology is a tough old subject to understand, and there's a lot to get your head round. This book breaks it down into a model that is very easy to understand, and a very fun way of understanding it, but also very practical as well. Now, this book is called The Chimp Paradox. It is written by a guy called Professor Steve Peters, who has worked with many famous people over the years, including Chris Hoy, Victoria Pendleton, Stephen Gerrard, Ronnie O'Sullivan, all of which hold this guy in very high regard. Now, the book, the introduction to the book, Professor Steve Peters says, this book is written to help you to understand how your mind works and to offer a model for developing yourself and improving all areas of your life. In my work as a psychiatrist and lecturer, people typically present me with comments or questions. These questions are usually centered on personal problems that they don't understand or can't solve. Here are some of the common examples. How do I become the person that I would like to be? Gain the confidence in myself? Become happy? Make my relationship work? Become more organised and successful in what I do? Keep myself motivated? Become more effective at work? Why do I worry so much? Have such a low opinion of myself? Feel judged all of the time? Often act against common sense? Sometimes become so irrational in my thinking? Go up and down in my moods? Let emotions prevent me from reaching my professional potential? Why can't I? Stop worrying about what others think? Make decisions? Control my anger? Deal with unpleasant people? Stop overeating? Remain faithful? Stop drinking too much alcohol? And the list goes on. What this book can offer you: it can help you to understand how your mind works, understand yourself and others, manage your emotions and thoughts, improve the quality of life, become happier and more successful, improve your confidence and self-esteem, identify what is holding you back or preventing you from having a happier and more successful life. The journey of self-discovery and development. Our journey through this book will cover the 7 major areas of your psyche, helping you understand yourself and others. 1, your inner mind. 2, others. 3, communication. 4, the world in which you live. 5, maintaining your health. 6, success. 7, happiness. So within this model, Professor Steve Peters explains the human psyche as that we have three brains. One is a human brain, one is a chimp brain, and one is the computer. We work best when all 3 of these things are working and doing their job together. To kind of keep this as simple as possible, many of our problems become when we allow the chimp to be the main dictator in our thinking. Now, it's very important that you understand that the emotional side, the emotional brain, the chimp, is 5 times stronger than the human. So we really need to learn how to manage the chimp. And once we learn how to manage the chimp, understand that the chimp certainly serves us a purpose, it's extremely important. And the chimp can help us out a lot in life. Actually, we need to listen to the chimp. But what we can't do is allow the chimp to take over. And I'm sure, anyone reading this book will start to gain a great understanding and be able to sort of look back in life and look back at situations and start to identify, blimey, that's when the chimp took me over then. The chimp took me, and it's really great for self-understanding. It's great for understanding relationships with others. Actually, I think the world would be a much better place if people could gain an understanding of when they're talking to people, when the chimp's doing the talking and when the human's doing the talking. We'd all gain a greater understanding of not only ourselves but of other people as well. Particularly as a younger man and a kid, I found myself being hijacked by the chimp far too often, and even now at times, it's something that you've got to keep on top of. Listen, I don't do these books, I don't do these reviews or these videos in order to tell people how to do things. I just like to point people in some directions that hopefully will give them some self-help. I don't want to get too deep with this, but I really do believe that the chimp paradox is a great way for understanding yourself and how your mind works, understanding other people, almost essential really for understanding other people, particularly if you're a manager in a workplace or you own a company, or you have to sort of look after a lot of people as part of a team, or it'll really give you great benefit for understanding people and understanding when the chimp's doing the talking and when the human's doing the talking. A really great book to gain self-understanding of how your mind works and understand that we really need to take control of our chimps, and if we can do that, we're halfway there. There is also a kids version of this book as well, I believe, so I think that really could be helpful to anyone who has a child with ADHD, particularly as kids with ADHD really struggle with emotional dysregulation and impulsivity and emotional dysregulation. So give a good understanding to them of how their mind's working, and hopefully that will help them. I've not read that book, so I can't really say too much on it, but I'm guessing it's just a kid's version of this book. But it's certainly worth looking up, because if it's anything as good as this book, it will certainly give it will certainly help give your child an understanding of how their mind's working, which would have been really, really valuable to me when I was a kid. I know that for sure. I hope that helps. So yeah, please read The Chimp Paradox by Professor Steve Peters. It really will help you manage your mind and understand the minds of others. Take it easy, and I'll see you soon.